Welcome to another MuggleCast, your weekly ride into the Wizarding World fandom. And today, Hogwarts. I'm Andrew.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Micah.
On today's episode, we are going back to Hogwarts. Micah, hit it!
Choo choo. Andrew, I must say, I'm a little bit disappointed that you're not wearing your Hogwarts Express shirt.
Hogwarts
Micah,
Railways.
It's summer in the desert. I'm not wearing a sweater now.
Do you not have air conditioning?
I do, but it's still summer in the desert. I am wearing my MuggleCast t-shirt. Give me a little credit. Jeez. I'll wear it over the winter at the start of spring term. How about that?
Well, given our guests today, too, like all three of us were there when this item was purchased, so I think it's something that you could have at least made a little bit of a cameo.
So hard.
Wow. Okay, I'm kicking Micah out of the Zoom room. Micah did mention a guest. We are joined today by Meg.
Hi.
Hi, Meg. Nice to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Meg has been mentioned many times before on the show, actually. Meg is Eric's girlfriend. Meg, what Hogwarts house are you in?
I am a Ravenclaw.
Okay. And Eric's a Hufflepuff, so how does Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff, is that a good match, you think?
For us, it seems to be.
Okay, it's working? That was my main question. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let this be good news to any Hufflepuffs or Ravenclaws out there who are looking for
there
love.
There is hope.
I feel like we're complementary in our best house traits.
Okay.
Eric is super friendly and extroverted, and I'm an introvert, so he gets me out of my shell a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I respect that.
Eric, do you have anything nice to say about me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason Meg has been mentioned before so many times on the show is because she's like brilliant, and also is kind of, in many a time has helped me out with the show document and planning, and whether it's winning or coming up with a Quizzitch question or various other things. Meg's always been happy to help and lend her talents, so now she's lending her voice in Laura's absence.
Yeah, so Laura actually lost her voice.
Ugh.
Meg, thank you for stepping in, and you stepped in at the last moment, so we appreciate that. Yeah, and Meg is also a diehard Harry Potter fan.
I am.
I mean, she probably knows more than we do, so
she knows more than I do. I'll go out on the record and say that.
And if Meg knows more than Eric, then I think she knows more than any of us, potentially.
Oh. Shucks. Do you see me blushing?
Mm-hmm.
Meg, let's get the rest of your fandom ID. What's your Ilvermorny house, your favorite book, film?
So I am a Thunderbird, like Eric. So we've got the same Ilvermorny house.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite book is Goblet of Fire, and controversial opinion, my favorite movie is also Goblet of Fire.
Oh, that is controversial. Wow.
I don't know how that works. I keep asking her this.
It's just none of the movies are ever going to make me feel as good as the books do. So it's just the one that makes me happiest, and it's just so chaotic. It's a wonder to watch it.
Yeah. Well, just imagine if they split that book into two movies like we spoke about a few months ago.
I know. We could have like multiple Chinese fireball moments.
So on today's episode, we are going back to Hogwarts. We'll discuss our return to the school, and I'm going to present the panel with challenging scenarios on their first day back. These were a lot of fun to write up.
Oh.
And we also are going to discuss an interesting bit of news concerning Fantastic Beasts 4. Before we get started, just a little reminder for our listeners, we would love your support at patreon.com/MuggleCast. Our Patreon helps us keep this show running and growing, and in exchange for your support, you'll receive bonus MuggleCast installments, access to our recording studio via a weekly live stream, early access to each episode, a personal video thank you message made just for you, and a whole lot more. That's all at patreon.com/MuggleCast, and thanks to everybody who supports us. By the way, we not only stream our recordings live, we stream them live on video. And we only turned cameras on a couple months ago. It's really changed the recording, I think. It's just a lot more fun.
For the better?
This way.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
I mean,
we're recording
Depending
at
on the
nights
day.
now. Yeah, depending on the day, exactly. We used to record in the mornings, which we might switch back to come fall. In which case cameras might be going off again. So catch us live on video while you can.
Yeah. Haven't showered too early.
Also,
Bedhead.
if you're listening to this episode, you have 1 day left if you are a patron to sign up for this year's physical gift. I will say 1 day left.
That's right. All right. Well, let's get into this Fantastic Beast news.
I have not heard this news yet.
Oh, okay. So this will be big news for you. So it was reported recently that Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts director David Yates will be directing another movie next year for Sony, and the plan is to shoot in spring 2022. Now, here's the thing. In this report, which comes from Deadline, the article says that David Yates was looking for a smaller project after WB told him there would be a, quote, break in between Fantastic Beasts 3 and 4. So this word break is very interesting because previously they've kind of filmed the movies back to back, and that's what they did with Harry Potter too. And I know we're overanalyzing one word, but that's what we do here on MuggleCast. This word break makes me think they are going to go on an extended break in between movies 3 and 4. I have a theory, but somebody else can jump in first.
This is definitely surprising considering, and some outlets are reporting also that this break is going to be longer than the break between movies 2 and 3, which at this point has been 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. And if that's true, then I don't know what is going on. And I like your theory that you're about to present because it seems to make sense. But, you know, COVID delayed Fantastic Beasts 3 in so many ways. It was like they got back to filming and then had to shut down again. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I can't imagine any film delay in a franchise being as long as even the one between Fantastic Beasts 2 and 3. Except maybe Avatar, but that's in a whole class. So are we talking about an Avatar level delay?
No.
Yeah.
Godfather 2 and 3 delay.
How long was that?
One was like in the 70s and the third one's in the 90s.
Oh.
Al Pacino's all old.
I think this could be the final blow to the Fantastic Beasts franchise, to be honest, looking at a break between movies 3 and 4. I know, Andrew, you're going to let us in on your theory, but I just think this franchise has already been through so much between the delays, between the increased author rhetoric that has caused a lot of problems for the fan community, between everything that's gone on with Johnny Depp. It doesn't seem like this franchise is destined to see its finish in 5 films, and maybe they should have not jumped the gun, so to speak, in announcing 5 films before they at least got the first one out the door.
Yeah. So here's my theory. We all know that the franchise has been struggle busing for a variety of reasons. I think.
What does that mean, by the way? I like that.
Struggle
term.
bus.
It's a new phrase to me too.
It's like
You're on the struggle bus.
Yeah, you're on the struggle
all
bus.
All aboard the struggle bus.
I'm
We're all struggling here.
Okay. You wake up Sunday morning after a fun night out on the town. It's hard to move around. Fantastic Beasts has been struggle busing, and I think they are going to make no decisions on how to proceed with Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5 until they release Fantastic Beasts 3 this summer 2022, and they see how it does critically and box office wise. So this break actually means that they are going to wait until next summer to decide what to do with the 2 films they've already announced. So if Fantastic Beasts 3 does great, they'll decide they'll do 2 more big 2.5-hour movies. But if it flops, sort of like what happened with Fantastic Beasts 2, they maybe do shorter movies, say like an hour and a half long each, or they just do 1 more movie. And then they write, then they're going to have to compress movies 4 and 5 or the plan for those into one story. Yeah. Or they just give up, or they do something on HBO Max. But I just think they are making no decisions until they see how movie 3 does in the summer. And that's what this break is.
Here's what's going to happen. The creative team that's currently working on reworking Cursed Child and condensing is going to then be put in charge of the Fantastic Beasts films, working and condensing and making that make more sense. The other thing I want to say is, if they're expecting Fantastic Beasts 3 to be a huge box office success, or at least make what they think it should make, which the second one did not in that regard, they're going to have to market this film. And they have a huge PR problem when it comes to marketing as a result of a lot of the things that have happened in this huge extended break. They're going to have to start showing us content of this film. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've been waiting for promotional images or a title even. There is so much that we're 8 months out, or no, about a year out from the film, so we're a little under a year, but I just feel like they're hesitant to even pull the trigger on showing us anything about this film. I think Warner Brothers is scared, and that's not a great place to be in for this franchise.
I can imagine them being worried just with everything going on with all their people, all their actors and creators. I fully support them taking as long as they need in order to make a good film. Like if it takes 10 years and it's good, that's fine with me. It might also be good to kind of come back after several years of just like things being kind of like, low key, let people kind of think to themselves, oh yeah, Harry Potter. What's going on with Harry Potter?
I missed that.
A
Let
new
me jump back
Fantastic
into
Beasts?
that.
What? Yeah, I'm going to buy tickets to that.
Yeah, that would be a big help. I think speaking of the marketing, I've said it before, they got to lean into Dumbledore. They got to lean into Hogwarts. That's what's going to get people to show up. They're
you just want to win you want to win the bet about what the title for the next film is going to be.
But that works. That works. Bringing up crimes of Grindelwald in the title doesn't work to promote a movie. Yeah. And the marketing, whose side are you on? Nobody cared because nobody knew Grindelwald. It's just they need to get back to basics.
Agreed with that 100%.
Maybe it'll be called something like September 1st, Dumbledore, back to Hogwarts.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get all those buzzwords in there. Yep.
Do you think that means, though, that they will end the third Fantastic Beasts film in a way that would be acceptable if they didn't make a fourth and fifth movie?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? Because they can't leave it hanging. They can't let this go the way Divergent did. They didn't finish that franchise. They didn't film the final movie.
You know, if that's the case, then I would say here's my plea to Warner Brothers for the third film. And this is something that is... It's not valuable because they've already finished filming of the third film. So like, it's not going to actually do anything. But if you focus on the characters, the core four, we know that Dumbledore defeats Grindelwald in the end. We can surmise that because we've all read the Harry Potter books. We get it. Even in book 1, it says Dumbledore defeats Grindelwald. Great. Focus on Newt, Tina, Jacob, and Queenie, their character dynamic, their relationships, conclude or move on with their story. Quit trying to focus on this Grindelwald thing. Stop trying to make Credence happen. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Just focus on the core four, because then that's what's going to make, I think, the core fans be more interested in more films. If you really show us that these characters are worth seeing 2 more movies for, but when they're bogged down by plot, like we saw in Crimes of Grindelwald, and there's this prophecy and there's this crazy, where is Credence? You know, it's just not going to interest us enough to keep us coming back.
Kind of bogged down in plot and characters. Like,
yeah, they added too many
characters, and we love Harry Potter for all the characters, of course, but that's because we have the books where we really get to know the characters, and we don't have that with Fantastic Beasts. Like, I don't care about this certain orders, you know?
Exactly. Yep.
But I care about Jacob and Tina.
Yeah. And I think the one thing that may point to what you were talking about, Eric, is that like Mads Mikkelsen came in, he filmed the Grindelwald role relatively quickly.
That's right.
So that would point to the fact that maybe his character is not all that involved in the third film. And perhaps we get a little bit more focus back onto the core four.
And the beasts.
Yeah. And the beasts. Yeah, because that's what the first movie was fun for.
Yeah. I still think Credence will be a big focus. You two, Meg and Eric, didn't want to make Credence happen. I want to make Credence happen. I like Credence.
No, I want to make Credence happen.
Oh, okay.
I like Credence. Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't like the guy who like ran the circus and
centering the whole movie around Credence was a mistake. Okay. I think there wasn't enough time to develop that. There, it happened in between the short span of time between films that all of a sudden every character's in search of Credence. It's like that was not built out enough. That should have been maybe like a later film talking about his origins.
Yeah. Now you guys are making me think that this franchise might go the way of Avatar. Not that bad, but maybe WB is realizing what's the rush. Then again, don't they want to get it over with? I don't know. It's all so complicated.
I was going to say, it seems antithetical to everything big movie studios do these days. To like in the movie studio world, to stop swimming, to stop putting out films is to die. And I think they're incapable of leaving a hot commodity like Harry Potter just in the wasteland for several years while the audience kind of resets and needs a breather. They've never given us a breather when they had content in the pipeline.
Another theory is that maybe David Yates is just leaving and he already knows that Fantastic Beasts 4 and 5 aren't happening. And the break is just cover to kick the can down the road in terms of making that announcement. You know, they didn't want to make the announcement with David Yates moving to a Sony movie. You know what I mean?
David Yates abandoned ship.
Yeah, he's like, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't come back after this. I mean, the state of the franchise aside, he's also directed what? 8 of these at this point? Or 6 or 7 at this point?
Yeah.
That's enough.
Bored?
Yeah, I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to get out, even if this was all going really well. So that's what's happening there. I'll just add one related note. A couple of us recently heard a little intel about what's happening after movie 3. It's a rumor, and we can't share what we were told, and who knows if it's true. But I will just say that this rumor might involve a shift in strategy after movie 3. So that rumor aligns with this break.
That's all right, I'm texting you right now. I want to figure out what this is. You gotta text me back.
Present when the rumor was told.
Before we get into our discussion on being back at Hogwarts, which is one of the most cozy feelings of all, let's talk about feeling cozy in your everyday life. It's fall, y'all. Time to replace your water intake with pumpkin juice and go out of your way to step on a crunchy leaf because the coziest time of year is here. My favorite part of fall is the shifting weather, from that rough heat in the summer to the more comfortable temperatures, accented by the changing leaves. It's a cozy time, and you can find your comfort in undies, loungewear, and more with MeUndies. MeUndies offers the softest clothes you've ever tried. The moment I tried them for the first time, I was wondering where they had been all my life. The coziness you feel next to the fireplace in a cushy chair in your Hogwarts common room awaits you when you put on MeUndies. Imagine the softest thing you've ever felt. Now imagine that same thing, but on your butt. You're now thinking about MeUndies. They're designed by the country's top softness scientists to be the softest thing you've ever worn, period. From undies to loungewear, their fabrics are breathable, light, and almost irresponsibly cozy. Really, you might not be able to stop lounging on the couch. You have been warned. They're available in sizes extra small through 4XL in a variety of classic colors and iconic prints. MeUndies will have your back and your butt all fall long. MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping. MeUndies also has their problem-free philosophy. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, they'll refund or exchange it. No caveats, no questions. To get 15% off your first order, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/MuggleCast. That's MeUndies.com/MuggleCast. Okay, so moving on, it's time to go back to Hogwarts. Choo choo! So we're actually gonna take a different spin on this than we have in years past. We're kind of gonna pretend that we're at Hogwarts this year. Eric, before we even get to school, first we got to get on that train, right?
That's right. It's the Hogwarts Express. Choo choo. I wanted to ask, sort of in the style of like a BuzzFeed questionnaire, but I promise I'm not going to tell you your personality after this. Where are we sitting on the Hogwarts Express? What is going to be like? Do we sit kind of with our friends, whichever compartment our friends are in? Do we sit in the back where nobody else is? It's the quiet car. Do we sit in the prefects compartment? Are any of us like, prefects with our friends? Or do we sit like, we're kind of the loner and sit like up front with the conductor or in back with the trolley lady? What is your guys' strategy going to be?
I'm sitting in the back, and I would prefer to sit with nobody else. Just kind of sit and watch the English
Wi-Fi?
Countryside go by. I want to be in the quiet car where nobody can bother me, like a lot of trains have. I just want to sit and watch everything out the window.
Yeah, I'm there.
You're there?
Just not with me, please. I want to be alone.
Yeah, well, we need a wall between us.
Pick another quiet cabin.
Get your own cabin.
I can just see.
That's what I do on buses. I go for the back.
Oh, yeah. I can actually see Andrew just like the last vestiges of Wi-Fi from King's Cross being like leaving as the train pulls out.
That's why he wants to be in the last car, because it's going to have the Wi-Fi the longest.
The longest, yeah, exactly.
It's going to have like 2 extra seconds of Wi-Fi.
Then the trolley lady comes and I'm like, I thought this was the quiet car. Leave me alone.
Oh, what about you, Micah?
I have to say the quiet car is definitely appealing. I think it would just depend what kind of mood I'm in that day. You know, also maybe what year it is. You know, maybe when you're a little younger, you want to hang out with your friends, or sitting up front with the conductor would be cool. Like, who is the conductor of the Hogwarts Express? We never meet them.
Do you think it has one? That's a good question.
Oh,
well,
you think it just runs on
the
magic?
guy at Wizarding World, he was fun to talk to,
him.
wasn't he?
Yeah, at the theme parks. He's great.
You could probably just distract him the entire trip.
Yeah, distract him.
The Hogwarts conductor was actually mentioned in the books. He met Sirius Black once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's right.
Now I want his backstory. Where is it?
Yeah, and he speaks to Harry in the first book. He says, "Fine-looking group of students this time. It'll be time to get underway soon." So
Oh, wow.
very deep person. Yeah.
You said this was the first book?
In the first book, yeah.
So maybe there were plans to expand on his character later on. He was going to be like some evil person or something, just like the trolley lady in a way.
Yeah, maybe it's like the two of them. They both have claws.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
one watches the front of the train and the other watches the back.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I learned something today. So, okay, here we are back at Hogwarts. We arrived. We all hopefully got the seat that we wanted on the train. It's been a few months and we've obviously missed being back at school. What's the first thing you do when you're back? Now, I want you to think of how when you return to a city you love, or you come back to your hometown, something like that. You know, there's always that thing you got to do straight away because you've missed it while you were gone. What is that thing? Eric, what's your first thing?
Okay, so besides obviously like the welcome feast where I'll meet like all my friends from the summer and all that, I would go for Hogwarts' permanent residents, the ghosts, and kind of check in with them, see what their summers were up to. I would just be interested in hearing what a ghost did under summer break, if they knew it was summer break, if they knew that 3 months had gone by since I saw them last. That's my unique thing for this prompt.
Get the newest hot gossip from them. What happened over the summer?
Yeah. What's new in the castle?
Yeah. Would much be happening? What happens at the school over summer? Here's another question we've never discussed.
Yeah. And have Peeves and the Bloody Baron kissed yet? Will they, won't they? I feel like it's, just a matter of time. Yeah.
Wow, that's a hell of a ship right there.
I'm surprised it's not more prominent, actually.
I mean, we could ask Laura next episode if there's any fan fiction she's seen on that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll write it.
There you go.
Unveil that story next Pride Month, June 2022. Micah, what are you doing first?
This might have to be when a little bit older at Hogwarts, but I think just heading down to Hogsmeade and grabbing a couple butter beers or fire whiskeys in the Three Broomsticks with some friends.
Okay.
Maybe the friends that you don't sit with on the Hogwarts Express.
Well, we all chose our own rooms, our own compartments on the Hogwarts Express, so maybe it'll be high time we be social. So
this would, of course, be after sneaking into Snape's classroom and like messing it up a bunch, so that when he gets there on the first day, he's really pissed off.
It's funny you mentioned Snape because my scenario for you coming up involves Snape.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Meg, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to keep being a loner, and I'm going to go down to the lake under a tree and just hang out with the giant squid. I'm going to throw it some food, not toast, because I don't think that's good for their digestion, but like I'll bring some like fish or shrimp, prawns, if you will, and I'll kind of toss them in and just hang out with my squid buddy.
Okay, that's fun. I was also going to take the continuing on being alone on the train. I want to go to the library because that place is obviously so vast, so much knowledge to be learned there. And I feel like over the summer, the library might be refreshed with some new books that I'd never seen before.
Oh.
So I would love to go there and just see what's new. And part of this thought stems from the fact that I love going to bookstores, and especially used bookstores, because you never know what you're going to find in a used bookstore. There's always something new to enjoy. So that's kind of what I see for the Hogwarts library, just because it is so ancient. You got to think there's a lot there. Obviously, there's a lot to always explore, but after being away for a few months, you have to think there's going to be a lot there for you.
I wonder if Madam Pince like sets up a new releases table every September 1st.
New releases. Newt's got a new book
releases
out.
in hardcover.
Does the library have Wi-Fi?
No Wi-Fi, and that's fine. I don't need to be on the internet, especially at Hogwarts.
Yeah, I was thinking about when you put this question in. I'm not really sure. Do we know a whole lot of hangout spots around Hogwarts? I know Meg mentioned down by the lake, but I was thinking, obviously you have the common rooms, but those are too easy, I feel like, to list. But like other just like places you want to go and just hang out.
I thought somebody would say the room of requirement. I feel like that'd be a cool room to hang out in.
That's like too much solitude for me. That's like, I could not handle that. That's like for when schoolwork is getting to be too much and I need like, I don't know, a happy fun slide or something. I'd like go to the room, but yeah, there's not many places to hang. Or I will say, with the questions upcoming in this doc, we have more kind of opportunity to suss out what those places might be. But like where the twins meet Harry to give him the Marauders map is like either at the bottom of a stairwell, or if it's in the movie, or like, you know, the common room, like you're saying. There's not many. There's disused classrooms, like an empty, just spare room. There's really not a lot of places besides that, the Great Hall, the grass.
Hogwarts kitchens, the hospital wing. There's other rooms.
Yeah. No, but not many. Not as many as you'd think for a 1,000-year-old school.
Maybe this is why we like the Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure queue at Universal, because their backstory for that is it's the ruins of Hogwarts, and Hogwarts students still hang out there. And I think that was really intriguing. It's like, oh, cool. Really? They do? Because we never heard that before.
Yeah. I guess the trio overplayed going to see Hagrid because none of us picked that. But I guess you could want to go.
Oh, that would have been a good answer.
You could want to go see your favorite teacher, I guess, right? But
no, I'm going to have classes with them within the first 2 days.
Go up to the Astronomy Tower. Go, I don't know, go through some secret passages.
That we never got to read about.
Graveyard. Yeah, there's...
Oh, yeah, Hogwarts has a graveyard, yeah.
There's plenty of options. I don't need to defend this. The greenhouses, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a scenario for each of you to answer. These are would you rather scenarios, okay? There's a little story with each one, so pay close attention. Meg, we can start with you. Megan, welcome back to Hogwarts. It's your sixth...
My full name is Margaret, actually.
Margaret, welcome back to Hogwarts. It's your 6th year, and last year you were selected to be a prefect. But while walking into the Great Hall for the welcoming feast this year, Hermione rushes up to you and says she desperately needs new volunteers to help her manage SPEW. She had posted notices asking for help, but no one's coming forward. She knew you've admired her organization since its inception and remembered that you said you'd love to help one day. But since you're a prefect, along with your studies, that makes it impossible to join SPEW right now unless you step down from being a prefect. You had worked hard since day one at Hogwarts to be a model student in hopes of becoming a prefect one day. Do you remain prefect and let down Hermione, or do you drop the prefect gig to help Hermione?
Well, I am a woman of my word, and if I told Hermione I would be joining, then I'm going to be joining, and I would hate to be a prefect.
Oh,
so
well, in this scenario,
stepping
just
down
pretend
from
you
that
would love.
immediately. If I loved being a prefect, I would still step down.
All right, Hermione's very happy that you agreed to help her. Eric, welcome to Hogwarts. You're a first year, and growing up, you've excelled at broom flying, and you and your friends think you would be an amazing Quidditch player. You want to try out for a team and hopefully become one of the very few first years in Hogwarts history to make a team. However, you brought this idea up to your parents, who themselves went to Hogwarts and who played Quidditch, and they said that you should not try out because they want you to stay laser focused on your studies. They said their grades suffered greatly due to being on the Quidditch team, and they don't want the same thing to happen to you. You consulted. Eric's mouth is wide open and Meg is covering her mouth.
I knew his mom played Quidditch.
This is so dramatic.
This is
Yeah, Eric's mom played Quidditch.
Yeah.
You
she did.
consulted a seer about this issue, and she agreed that your studies and your future career will be in jeopardy if you join the Quidditch team. Further, your parents will be deeply disappointed if you ignore their advice and try out. Do you take your parents' advice and lose the rare opportunity to become a first-year Quidditch player, or do you let go of your dreams and just focus on the schoolwork in order to shore up your future? What do you do?
Oh my goodness. These are amazing, by the way. You did really great
These are
work
very,
on this.
very nicely written out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I gotta say the pressure is really on me from all directions to
Yes.
give up my idea of glory. And I feel like if I'm a good son, it's year one of Hogwarts, of 7 years. I feel like there might be something to.
First years never make the house teams.
They never do.
Right.
They just never do. So I feel like maybe I do what my parents want at first and see if like next year, I'm not going to always say next year, but I feel like, okay, I can get my bearings. If my parents are wizards, or they've done, Quidditch at school. So I grew up on a broom. I feel like that might even give me an unfair advantage compared to other house teams. Maybe it's more glory. Maybe it's more glory if I beat second or third years who've had their broomstick training, for the house team tryouts, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe I give a couple of years for other people to be on my level and then try out and win and get glory.
That's
All
so
right.
modest of you.
All right. All right, that's fine. I respect it. There's
But-
no wrong answer.
But Eric, if you don't, then there's no place to hide the resurrection stone.
Oh.
And your friends are deeply disappointed in you.
That's
because
okay. That's coming with me. I would never just discard the resurrection stone. I wouldn't do it.
Your friends are
But-
disappointed, and you don't have the glory of being a first-year Quidditch player. But I get it. It was well-reasoned.
That
I'm
is
just
a
telling
lot
you the
of pressure.
I'm
consequences.
surprised. Were you
For
thinking
an
I would?
11-year-old.
Was I trying to? Did you guys think I would go against my parents' wishes?
Actually, yeah. I thought
Yeah.
I thought
crazy.
so. I thought you'd want to
Yeah.
play Quidditch
100%.
year one.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
if you're an
maybe.
11-year-old going to see a seer, like that's
I
weighing
clearly
pretty heavily
struggled
on
with
your
it.
mind.
That is such a thing I would do, though. Like I get those tarot emails where somebody like who's really
It's
trying to get
true.
me to do like a $25 a minute phone call.
Oh no.
Does draws via email, and I never do the phone call, but I do the draws. So I'm very interested. I'm
And if
such
if they're relevant, you'll send me a screenshot and be
Yeah,
like, look at
yeah.
this. Look at this.
that's absolutely a thing I would do. So that's hilarious.
Okay. All right. Micah, your turn. Micah, welcome back to Hogwarts. It's your final year at the school. And after the welcoming feast, Snape quickly gets up from his seat at the front of the hall and rushes over to you. Snape is in a jovial mood for the first time since you joined Hogwarts. He believes he has an idea for a potion that can kill Lord Voldemort. T. Riddle. The potion will kill Voldemort simply by tossing it on him. There's just one problem. The potion requires the blood of 7 newborn goats. Snape is unbelievably excited about this potion and plan and wants you to go and kill the 7 baby goats, then collect their blood. Unfortunately, killing these goats will also lose you all of your friends because they believe there will be other ways to defeat Voldemort that don't involve baby animal murder. On the other hand, you want to be on Snape's good side and you want to help end the Wizarding War sooner rather than later. What do you do?
Well, there's no clear-cut proof that this potion is actually going to work.
Oh, yes, there is. Snape is convinced it'll work and he knows potions.
Don't do it. Don't kill the goats. I'll never forgive you if you do.
Oh, yeah.
Meg is one of your friends at Hogwarts.
You're gonna lose all your friends.
Baby goats. You can't kill them.
But
They're just
end the
kids.
Wizarding War.
I would have to check with my mentor Aberforth before proceeding in such a manner.
Mhm.
I don't think that I could allow that to happen without first talking with him.
Okay.
So-
Well, and he loves goats, and he thinks that the war against Voldemort is futile. So he
Yeah.
would just be
So
like,
he's telling
hang
you
out
no.
here with the goats.
Disappoint Snape. Don't kill my babies.
Disappoint Snape.
And anyway, I mean, Harry is already like halfway there anyway. So, I mean,
it's kind of unfair if Snape just like ran to the finish line.
And
what if Harry
jovial?
does
Flash this thing on Voldemort? Harry's like, I've been working on this for like 6 years now.
No, but twist. Micah's the chosen one. Harry Potter doesn't exist. Micah has a scar.
Oh.
This is the way to defeat Lord Voldemort.
Oh.
Instead of speaking to snakes, though, he speaks to goats.
Also, if he was really that good at potions, shouldn't he have come up with this potion already? And why do I need to sacrifice the goats?
All right,
he can sacrifice the goats.
All right. I see what you're saying, Micah.
Sorry,
you don't want to kill the
Severus.
baby goats. All right, your friends thank you. All
Can
right,
I just
y'all.
say that in the wizarding world, this is going to sound weird, but there's probably a way to get the blood of goats without killing goats. Like a magical way of like, I don't know.
Yeah, like if you need like 1 liter, can't you just take like, 5 ounces from like a huge group of goats?
Something
maybe.
like that.
You don't gotta slaughter them.
All right. Well, Micah's
Harsh.
answer was clear.
I do like what Tina Goldstein said in the Discord, though. She says, kill the goats. After the war is over, you can make new friends.
Those
Having
friends are
saved
going to
everyone.
die in the Wizarding War anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Start fresh.
So we have a couple more scenarios to ask everyone. I really want to get everyone's thoughts here, but you're back at Hogwarts. Say that things have settled in. You're past your first week or two. There are so many rooms and areas in Hogwarts. What room do you pick to, say, for instance, do your homework in?
Library. Library for me. I need all the help I can get.
I'm also the person
And I feel like I'm quiet enough that like Madam Pince won't get mad at me.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm also a person that needs dead silence when studying or
I
working
couldn't do it
really
in
of
the
any
common room.
kind.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
yeah, I could not. Yeah, couldn't do it in the common room. I think my answer would also be the library or maybe outside, just away from crowds.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Common room would definitely be too noisy. Maybe sneaking into one of those secret passages and just finding a good spot to go back
Between
to
like
every
a
day.
crevasse of rock.
Sitting like hunched over in the dark.
Yeah.
No,
Well-
you light up your wand.
Yeah. I will say the Hufflepuff common room, which will be my common room, has a lot of comfy chairs. I would probably wear noise canceling headphones because that's a great point about needing silence to study. But I don't feel like any seat in the library would be comfy as the chairs and poofs in Hufflepuff.
Isn't there a cushioning charm?
Oh yeah, probably. But I think isn't that like air? It
Yeah.
like helps you from
Your
yeah.
butt would be like 6 inches off the seat.
Well, just picture the softest thing you can possibly think of
on your
on your butt.
Um,
I mean, that's a good point, though, about the headphones, because if there are earmuffs that are strong enough to block out a mandrake's cry entirely, you're going to
good
be able
point.
to tune out any gossip going on around
And
you.
where do you think Professor Sprout, head of Hufflepuff House, got those earmuffs?
From Bose.
She got them in the common room where they're just
Oh.
around for people to, yeah, that's my new headcanon.
All right. How about where would you go to just regularly meet your friend to talk about life? Like, where do you just escape with a friend to talk about the struggles, the struggle busing moments of the day? What's just your escape from the hustle and bustle to just chill with a friend?
It would definitely have to be outside the castle for me. Like that spot by the lake where James and the Marauders would always hang out underneath the beech tree. Just seems like that's like a good vibe, especially on a nice day. I don't know about fall in England, if that's nice enough, but I would go out on the grounds.
See the squid, give it some fish.
Yeah.
Maybe it helps you with your homework.
The squid is actually a genius. Yeah.
It reaches out a tentacle and starts writing about like the goblin rebellions of whatever year.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. He's like, well, I've been here so long, I actually have multiple degrees.
It's like, wait, I was there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, and speaking of that, I was going to say the Black Lake, or any body of water near Hogwarts, or even that waterfall that we saw in that cut scene from the Goblet of Fire movie.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm just a sucker for hanging out near bodies of water. It's very peaceful. And as a bonus, if I'm ever going through a tough time, I could get the opinion of the giant squid.
Oh,
That's right.
He's very opinionated. I actually like the Astronomy Tower for this.
Ooh.
Just quiet. To Eric's point, it's outdoors. It's a bit secluded. Hopefully you don't get, a class that comes up in the middle of your conversation. But yeah.
I like that a lot, especially because during the day, nobody's really up there.
Yeah. Well,
good view.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think my answer for this would be the common room, because the Ravenclaw common room is so high up and it's got these like floor to ceiling windows. I love to just pull up a chair with my friends and, look out, watch the sunset.
You have your own astronomy tower.
Man. Yeah.
How about just hanging out solo? Just some alone time.
For this, I would choose the astronomy tower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would, just go up there, lie on my back, look at the stars, consider.
Ooh. The forest, something might kill you.
Maybe just like the edge of the forest.
Anywhere.
Like any forbidden friends. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared of the forest, to be honest. I feel like I would want a guide. I would want Hagrid in there with me.
I like the idea of the forest, the edge of the forest. I actually, growing up in our childhood home, we kind of backed up to some woods, and I used to love going in those woods, but I never went in too deep, just like the edge of the woods. So yeah, I'll chill there too.
You could like make sure that you're like kind of near Hagrid's hut, so if anything starts going on, you can scream and you're like sure that he would hear you.
Yeah.
Come in with his crossbow to save you.
Yeah.
I would probably, you know what? I would see what my friends, the house elves, are doing in the kitchens. Oh, you said alone though. Well, I would get some food, like some in between food, from the house elves, and then I would go to like, those little empty areas that you can find in like the Chamber of Secrets PC game, or any of the games where you're just like in a corridor, there's stone, there's some tapestries that you've maybe never seen before, like some portraits. I would, that's what I would do. It would be alone, but it wouldn't be alone because I'd be with like some portraits and I'd look up and see what the life of a portrait group of people in the portraits would be doing.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid they'd be talking about me. I think they would.
You could just take them off the wall and just like turn them around. And
oh my God.
I'll paint over them. I'm a painter. I'll paint over them.
That's right.
There you go.
I like Jules' answer in our Discord. A bubble bath. A classic Harry Potter Goblet of Fire bubble bath.
Complete
in the prefect's bathroom.
Moaning Myrtle.
Well, this question is about alone time, so we'd have to tell Myrtle to shoo. Mm-hmm. Jules says like Myrtle and all.
Oh, okay.
Myrtle and all.
The secret passageways could be another good one for this. If you have a favorite one that you like, kind of just chilling in.
Okay. How about the place where you would plan to have your first kiss? Now, for me, this is the Astronomy Tower. It's scenic. It's romantic. It's sexy. It's high above the castle. People get killed there. And as a bonus, I thought it'd be fun if everybody included a pickup line too, ideally related to the room. So I thought about a couple for the Astronomy Tower. I could say, with you, I don't need a telescope to see stars. Or
that's good.
Especially because you're going to be in northern England and it's actually going to be cloudy.
Shh, shh. Or you belong in the Astronomy Tower because you bring me out of this world.
Oh, that's good. I have one for you, Andrew.
Uh-oh.
You could say, I'm falling for you harder than Dumbledore from the Astronomy Tower.
No, I knew you were going to do that as soon as you said that. No, that's very good.
Well, I'm going to utilize to fall back on the scenario you gave me, Andrew, of wanting to be a Quidditch player. I would choose for my first kiss the Quidditch pitch after my game-winning match against my rival house.
Nice.
So that's going to be great. And I wouldn't need a pickup line if I just grabbed all this glory for my house, but in case I did need a pickup line, it would be, girl, are you Professor Flitwick? Because you sure charm me.
That one's good. He's used it on me before.
I noticed Eric's phone. Eric was reading that off his phone.
I wrote it. I was very careful in writing it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm going to just fall back on the classic and say room of requirement because, you're going in. You don't always know when you're going to have your first kiss. You could be like going in, They're getting closer. You're like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen. Suddenly you remember, oh my God, I just ate an onion. And you just say, hold up. Think to yourself, I need breath spray. It appears in your pocket.
Aha.
And you just take a little and then you're like, all right, let's go.
That was well reasoned.
And my pickup line would be, if you were on a wizard card, the description would simply say, mega hottie.
Now, fun fact, Meg actually used that on Eric, right?
It's true. And that was 2 years ago, and we've been together ever since.
Eric was like, keep her.
Keep.
I
Micah?
actually also went with the Quidditch pitch, but not after a match. Just nothing going on there. Very kind of quiet, calm, secluded. Nobody else is around. But I don't know. I feel like I'm taking your answer though, Eric. So I feel like I have to come up with something different.
No, it fits you better. You're the sports guy, right? Like, so you ever go out on a basketball court when no one's there and like, you're like, this is where the game is played. This is really cool. Like that. And if you're the only one in the gymnasium, it's like an isolated time. That'd be a great place to kiss somebody. So I feel like the Quidditch pitch works very well.
Okay. So I'll stay with it.
You guys all choosing outside. You can only have your first kiss in like the first 3 weeks of Hogwarts then, or the last 3 weeks.
It's true.
We need to be out in fresh air so our partner can't smell us.
Oh, yeah, right.
Or it's harder to.
Can't smell your onion breath. Room of requirement.
Okay.
And the pickup line I have here is, are you a snitch because you're the finest catch around?
Again, you tailored the pickup line to the place. That's real smart.
You made it work.
I remember the episode that we did these pickup lines on. Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
I remember too.
Oh, that's right. And we also did a bonus MuggleCast with far more adult-related pickup lines.
I came up with a really good one for that, but I'm not going to say it here.
Trent said, gotta go for that restricted section.
But then you need a teacher's signature. And what teacher is your co-pilot? What teacher is your wingman on this?
And how do you tell your date to meet you in the restricted section? I'd be a little
do
alarmed.
They need a signed permission from a teacher as well? Do they need to
No, this is the same teacher.
Yeah.
You're like, Professor, will you sign these for both of us? We're gonna go snog.
You just need to use your pickup line.
Yeah, that's
Want
true.
to go manage some mischief together? I solemnly swear I'm up to no good. No, they're too easy.
Yeah.
Are you a restricted section book? Because I'm checking you out.
That's good. Did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
Wow. What a catch,
like, what's
Meg
a good one
is.
for I'm a snitch, basically. I am the golden snitch.
All right, so final question. What room or area would you hold secret parties in featuring butterbeer smuggled in from Hogwarts? I would choose the boathouse.
You mean Hogsmeade?
Oh, did I say Hogwarts? Yeah, Hogsmeade.
Yeah.
I would choose the boathouse because, again, getting back to being big fans of bodies of water, it'd be very scenic, so that would make it a nice place to chill. You're not near the school, so you can get loud, you can turn up, and if the party's really lit, you could take some of the boats out. Of course, you don't want anybody to catch you, but that would be half the fun. Like, maybe you'd get caught. Ooh. And if you get
Don't
sick...
drink and boat at the same time, though.
Well, if you do get sick, you can just, throw up into the water. So no Evanesco necessary.
Do you think the squid is going to like that?
Oh, damn. I forgot about my friend.
That's right. There's a living creature in there.
It's polluting his waters.
And I'm getting advice from him, so I can't betray him like that.
Oh, that's
All
right.
right.
I'll give you the wrong answer on a test.
All right. Evanesco it is.
For this, I think I would say Hagrid's hut.
Oh.
The reason is partially because it's small, and I don't really like big parties. I get nervous in crowds, so I would want, just like a small hangout with my acquaintances.
I respect that. I'd love to invite you, Sherry, but look, we're doing it in Hagrid's hut. We don't have the room.
And Hagrid's in there. And
Hagrid's in there too.
Very limited guest
half
list.
Of it.
Yeah.
Oh, a very exclusive party in Hagrid's hut. I really like that.
And Hagrid hates you, Sherry. Sorry.
But he can't do the catering. We cannot let him do the catering. Hagrid likes to cook. He's a passionate cook, but it's apparently not very good.
I'm just ordering from Pizza Hut. Nobody needs to cook.
They deliver to Hagrid's hut.
I would throw like a rager in the Chamber of Secrets. I think that's just
Oh,
a natural
wow.
spot.
Nobody goes down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
And
imagining
really
the
cool.
acoustics, playing music. The acoustics would be so
Oh.
good.
Yeah, you could have music, you could have like little bonfires going,
strobe lights, a disco ball,
Strobe lights.
do shots of basilisk venom.
water's pouring
The
out.
basilisk skeleton is just like over on the side there.
The snake's
good
been
ambiance.
the basilisk has been converted into an animatronic, and it's like going back and forth, looking over the party.
Okay. That's absolutely what they
People are playing beer pong off of Salazar Slytherin's head.
Yeah, DJ
Yeah.
Hagrid's there, spinning his
DJ
fat beats.
Hagrid.
You guys missed opportunity about that, doing that after book 2 for real in the books.
Yeah,
But then talk about para canon or extra canon, canon plus the Hufflepuff Common Room, which I think Laura mentioned last week, is pretty much one big rager all the time. Nobody would suspect it, but I'm pretty sure the Hufflepuffs can just openly party in their common room. So I don't know if it's how much of a secret it would be, but it would be a secret to the rest of the school that Hufflepuff, they always have food there. They always have just the greatest friends, best company, great conversation, and they value that. It's in their house traits. So
love it. Meg, you went?
Yeah, Hagrid's hut.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I thought of another reason. It's circular, which would make for like great conversation.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
so there'd be nobody wallflowering it because the walls
Right.
are all round.
Because everyone's against a wall.
All right, that was fun. Now I'm going
It
to be
was.
thinking
Oh, and
about
Fang
these
is
for the rest
there.
of the night.
Fang is there,
Oh.
and you know that the best parties are ones where there's a dog.
As
That
you
is
say, as a
true.
cat, walks
I say as a
around
cat
it.
walks across me.
Don't tell the
I
cat.
can be a cat person and a dog person at the same time.
That's true.
I think another good one too would be the Shrieking Shack.
Yeah.
What better bouncer than the Whomping Willow?
Give the Whomping Willow the
Oh,
guest
man.
list.
The
Literally.
guest list.
That one wins.
Now I'm
Oh.
imagining that tree reading a piece of paper.
And it's a house like
A
I like that
monocle.
one. I might change my answer.
All right.
Yeah.
Fun. So I have a game of Guess That Book prepared in a moment. But first, a word from our second sponsor this week, Green Chef. We here in the Muggle world can't get access to what I'm sure are absolutely delicious meals in the Great Hall, but we can still get great meals thanks to this week's sponsor, Green Chef. We're also going to get you some of these meals for free. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well, so premium ingredients like organic veggies and high-quality proteins are a given. Green Chef's expert chefs designed flavorful meals that go way beyond ordinary, no matter what's on your menu. Choose from 30 easy-to-follow recipes every week with options for keto, paleo, and plant-powered diets, as well as meals to help you eat in a more balanced way. Looking at the upcoming menus gets my mouth watering. They've got Southern barbecue beans, Jamaican fried rice, a black bean taco salad, sun-dried tomato flatbread, and so many more meals all coming up. The meals never, ever disappoint. They offer fun twists in all of their meals to surprise and delight you, and you'll be thinking of them for weeks after because they are just that good and original. Green Chef is now owned by our other sponsor, HelloFresh, and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there's something for everyone. I love switching between the two meal kits, and now our listeners can enjoy both at a discount. Now it's time to get you some free food. Go to greenchef.com/MuggleCast100 and use code MuggleCast100 to get $100 off, including free shipping. Take one look at the menu and you will be ordering right away. Again, go to greenchef.com/MuggleCast100 and use code MuggleCast100 to get $100 off, including free shipping. Okay, it's time for everybody's favorite game show, Guess That Book! Today's edition of Guess That Book is back to Hogwarts themed, of course. And I have 4 quotes here. Now, Meg, like I said, really knows her Harry Potter. So these might be easy for her. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out.
I haven't studied. I might embarrass myself.
Oh, okay. Well, even if they do seem really easy to you, maybe just pretend like they're a little bit of a challenge at least.
If I get one wrong, I'm getting it wrong on purpose to make you guys feel better. Okay. Keep that in mind.
All right. I do try to keep them a little vague to make them a little more difficult. So here is the first one. And remember, after the quote is finished, you will have 10 seconds to answer. Everybody can jump in. Here we go.
"Welcome," said Dumbledore, the candlelight shimmering on his beard. "Welcome to another year at Hogwarts. I have a few things to say to you all, and as one of them is very serious, I think it best to get it out of the way before you become befuddled by our excellent feast."
Guess that book.
Prisoner.
I'm just going to go with what Meg said because
I'm
I
wondering-
think she's...
I wonder if like the serious was like a
Yeah.
tip.
Like saying the Dementors are here. Because remember in book 1, he's like, I've got some words to say. And it's just nitwit, blubber, oddment, tweak.
Right.
So Dumbledore's not going to say anything before the food unless it's really, really serious.
Don't
Yeah.
sour the mood.
I would agree.
All right, that is right. That was
Yes.
chapter 5,
Hey.
The Dementor. Yeah. All right, here's the next one.
The first year's faces glowed palely in the candlelight. A small boy right in the middle of the row looked as though he was trembling. Harry recalled fleetingly how terrified he had felt when he had stood there, waiting for the unknown test that would determine to which house he belonged. The whole school waited with bated breath. Then the rip near the hat's brim opened wide like a mouth, and the Sorting Hat burst into song.
Guess that book.
Is it Goblet of Fire?
I'm thinking Goblet for this too.
There's very few sortings that Harry witnessed, and that's one of them.
I'm changing my answer to Order, actually.
Order of the Phoenix, yeah.
Oh, good thing you changed it, because that's right.
Oh my goodness.
Chapter 11, the Sorting Hat's new song. All right, here we go.
When everyone had eaten as much as they could, the remains of the food faded from the plates, leaving them sparkling clean as before. A moment later, the desserts appeared, blocks of ice cream in every flavour you could think of, apple pies, treacle tarts, chocolatey Claire's and jam donuts, trifles, strawberries, jello, rice pudding.
Guess that book.
Book one.
Sorcerers, yeah.
I'm going to say this is a direct quote from every book, actually.
Every single book has the same paragraph.
It's the one, we all know this was the one line that J.K. Rowling repeated every book because
She just a
there's-
copy paste.
there's so much food at Hogwarts all the time.
That,
Yeah.
Well, yes, you all are right. It was book 1. Was that easy? I thought that'd be harder because it's just basically a description of food.
Yeah, I was going to guess book
Well-
4. Yeah.
Well, because in the first book, that's when Harry is like first seeing Hogwarts, and everything has to be described as super magical to really get us
okay.
inside his mindset. So we got to hear all about those jam donuts.
That's fair. All right, now we're going to move away from the opening feast. We have one more here.
I mean, it's always been a bit of a risk sending a kid to Hogwarts, hasn't it? You expect accidents, don't you? With hundreds of underage wizards all locked up together.
Guess that book.
Ooh.
Chamber of Secrets? I feel like it's in the context of maybe Dumbledore will get expelled or there's been attacks, something like that.
I'm going to go
Maybe.
wild card and say Goblet.
I think Goblet because I think they're referring to the Triwizard Tournament.
I finally got you guys.
Uh-oh.
It was Half-Blood Prince after the necklace attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should have gone with
nice.
my gut. I almost was going to guess that.
This quote confirms that Hogwarts is a security nightmare, by the way. Hagrid's like, of course something's going to happen at this school.
Mhm.
I love it.
All right.
That was
Well,
good.
that's how we
That was
played
tricky.
Guess That Book. And I'm glad I stumped you all on at least one collectively.
You did great. That
Yeah,
was
that was
awesome.
good.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
really
fun
good.
going back. And I think, obviously meshed well with the theme. And that concludes our Back to Hogwarts discussion today. If you have
Choo-choo.
any feedback about today's discussion, contact us by writing or sending a voice message to MuggleCast@gmail.com. For the latter, just record a message using the voice memo app on your phone. You can also use the contact form on MuggleCast.com, or you can leave a voicemail on our phone The number is 1-920-3-MUGGLE. That's 1-920-368-4453. And now, more quiz fun. It's time for Quiz Itch.
Last week's question, what conceals the entrance to the Hufflepuff common room? And this must have been a fairly easy one because we got over 40 entrants who all won. Congratulations to Professor Sprout's teething venomous tentacula, Wolfstar hates guac and is now starting an orange revolution against avocados and will place the chips in prison.
Excuse me.
I feel that. I'm allergic to avocados, so I feel that.
You can't
But that's not me.
character... Here's one for you, Andrew. You can't character limit creativity. So, Sophie, my PPPP's gotcha, Nutina Forever, Micah's Choo Choo, Landon, Just a Proud Raven Puff, Great Barrier Reef, nearly RIP, Delesh, Daisy McDaisy Face, Countess Linguini, Choo Choo, Buff Daddy, Boobatuber Puss, Badger Fluffs Forever, Annette the Hufflepuff, Andrew's Hairy Legs, a Norwegian has something, and a lost packet of Drooble's Best Blowing Gum, and others.
Andrew's Hairy Legs. You have to be very cautious about what you say on the show anymore, or otherwise it'll be turned into
People are
a
gonna latch
Quidditch
on.
participant name.
Winner. Yeah. We can blacklist certain names. If you don't want me to read them out loud, I won't.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, going from our clearly all too easy Quizzitch question, which, by the way, the barrels, you tap them to the rhythm of Helga Hufflepuff.
Fun.
And that's how you get, there's no password. It's the least secure common room of all time.
You could just like knock into those and knock them all over and the door's going to open for you.
If you accidentally did it. Anyway, here is an absolute Ravenclaw level Quizzitch question.
How appropriate.
In what books does Harry not directly interact with Draco Malfoy on the Hogwarts Express?
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
This is a good one.
I said how appropriate, not just because Meg is on, but I think also because next week, aren't we talking about Ravenclaw House?
We are.
We are.
Yes. Micah and Laura will
It's a
be
good
planning
place.
a discussion about that.
And it's not really in defense of, right?
So we defended the houses that needed it, and now we're just talking about Ravenclaw and Gryffindor in different ways.
Like celebration of.
Sure.
If you'd like to participate in Quizzitch and you know the answer to this, please submit your answer to us on MuggleCast's website, mugglecast.com/Quizzitch. Click on the entry form or click on Quizzitch on the main menu.
All right. And just one more reminder before we close out, make sure you are following the show for free in your favorite podcast app and leave us a review if they allow you to. We love seeing those new reviews pop up. I take a look from time to time and we really appreciate those. So thank you. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media. Our username is MuggleCast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You will get episode previews. We're posting great Harry Potter memes. We'll share some news when news happens and more. And more. Meg, thanks for joining us today. It was great having you on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Let me know if you ever need me back in a pinch.
for sure. And, or even, we'll plan ahead a little next
Yeah,
time.
that works too.
And great Harry Potter pickup lines. I can see why Eric is madly in love with you. And,
Aw.
yeah, exclusively because of those Harry Potter pickup lines.
It's just
That's
the Potter
what did
pickup
it.
lines. It's true.
It's a brilliant
I come
line.
up with a new one every day.
Eric's like, where's my pickup line?
I gave it to you hand delivered this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really
Wizard
nice.
card.
Yeah.
Mega hottie.
There you go.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. Welcome back to Hogwarts for another year. Micah.
Choo choo. I was going to do it at the end of the episode, but
Oh, well, just do it all the time. It's back to
All right.
Hogwarts Day, Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Choo choo.
I'm Andrew. There you
choo
go.
choo.
Thanks, everybody. Now you sound like me pressing it over and over again on the
Yeah,
soundboard.
yeah. Choo choo. That was easy.
Thanks, everybody, for listening. I'm Andrew.
I'm Eric.
Micah.
And I'm Meg.
Bye,
Choo
everyone.
choo.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.